So in this video here, we're going to be talking about 10 different ways that you can be investing like Warren Buffett. If you're not familiar with who Warren Buffett is, I'd be very surprised. He is probably the most successful investor and well-known investor of our time. And a lot of people really look up to him and his investing strategy, and they want to replicate his strategy and be just like Warren Buffett and hopefully down the road be a billionaire someday. And so if you guys want to do that, this is Warren Buffett's strategy. These are the 10 things that he is doing, and this is how you can begin to invest like Warren Buffett. Number one, the first thing you need to do to invest like Warren Buffett is to invest in what you know. Warren Buffett invests in very simple and easy to understand businesses like Coca-Cola or Kraft Heinz or American Express. These are very simple businesses that anybody could really understand, and that is the type of business that he invests in. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't invest in biopharmaceutical companies or technology companies? Well, that all depends. If you understand biopharmaceutical companies, then yes, you could invest in that because you are investing in what you know. But if you don't know anything about the company you're considering investing in, you should not invest in that stock. And one of my favorite ways to tell whether or not you understand what you're investing in is to give yourself the elevator pitch test. So you should be able to give somebody a 30-second elevator pitch telling somebody exactly what this company does and pretty much be able to explain it to anybody regardless of what they previously knew about that company. And if you sit there trying to do this and you can't really explain what this company does, then you should not be investing in it. You should invest in what you know, and that could be different for everybody. If you know a lot about biopharma or mining precious metals and mining gold or oil, that could be something you invest in. But if you don't know a lot about these industries or these companies, stay away from them. Number two, the second thing you need to do if you're going to invest like Warren Buffett is understand the difference between price versus value. And this is something that Warren Buffett learned from his mentor, Benjamin Graham. If you guys want a really good book on investing, I would check out The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. One of the major lessons of that book is understanding the difference between the price and the value. Most people will look at a stock and they will believe that that price of the share determines the value. But a value investor understands that there's an underlying value to that ownership in that company, and the price will fluctuate. Sometimes the price exceeds the value, and sometimes the price is less than the actual value. And those are the opportunities that Warren Buffett will jump on. When the price is well below the value opportunity, that is when he will invest. And if that price is above the value of what you're getting, then he's not going to invest in that company. Number three, if you're looking to invest like Warren Buffett, this ties in with the second piece. You're going to be investing in cheap stocks. You're going to understand how to value a company, and you're going to be able to determine when that price is below the value and when that price is above. And once you find a stock of a company and it's a business that you understand and it follows these other criteria we're going to go through, and it's at a good price and it's cheap, relatively cheap compared to the market, that is when Warren Buffett is going to invest. And anybody who's familiar with Warren Buffett's strategy knows that he is not afraid to sit on cash. Right now he's sitting on billions of dollars because he does not believe there are any good opportunities at a fair value in the market. So Warren Buffett is incredibly patient. He'll sit there on cash year after year just because a good opportunity has not come along. And if you want to be investing like Warren Buffett, you have to have that same level of patience. Number four, the fourth way that you can invest like Warren Buffett is to invest in durable, time-tested businesses. So you're not going to see Warren Buffett running out there and buying marijuana stocks. You don't see Warren Buffett going out there and investing into cryptocurrencies. And there's a couple of reasons. First of all, these are probably businesses he does not understand, particularly looking at cryptocurrencies or, things that he doesn't understand. But the main reason why he would not invest in something like that is because it is not time tested. A lot of Warren Buffett's investments are companies that have been around for 50 plus years or even 100 or more years. So these are companies that have been through good times, they've been through bad times, they've pretty much experienced everything at that point. And these are durable companies that have been through everything. And that's what he likes, is to invest in companies with a long track record of making money and a consistent operating history. The fifth thing you need to do if you want to invest like Warren Buffett is get to know the management of a company. Warren Buffett pays a lot of attention to the management team of a company, and if you guys want to be like Buffett, you need to be looking at who is the CEO, who is the president, who is the chief financial officer. You need to get to know the corporate level, the management team, and you need to study these people and say, okay, you know, if I was running a business, are these the type of people I would want to be working with? Or are you hearing about the management team getting in trouble, or are you hearing conflicting messages from them? And above all else, what Warren Buffett looks for is whether or not the management team is honest with the shareholders. If they're honest with shareholders about what's working and what's not, that's what he likes to see. But he does not invest in companies when the management team is dishonest with shareholders. So if you are going to invest like Buffett, you're going to spend a lot of time researching and studying the company management. Number 6, the sixth thing you need to do to invest like Warren Buffett is to be greedy when others are fearful. And this is very simple. This again was something that was taught by Benjamin Graham, talking about, you know, pessimism versus optimism and how the market is a pendulum, always swinging between, you know, unjustified pessimism and unsustainable optimism. So that is what Warren Buffett typically does. He waits for there to be fear in the market or fear within one stock when people are selling out of it, and then that price falls below the value, and that is when Warren Buffett begins to invest in that company. This is very simple to understand as well. A lot of people who talk about the stock market say that you should buy low and sell high. And this is typically exactly what Warren Buffett does. When that share price has fallen, that is when he begins buying shares of a company. And Warren Buffett rarely ever sells investments. Pretty much all he does is buy. But if you are looking to be a long-term investor like Warren Buffett, you're going to buy shares when they are low, and you're going to sell them, you know, probably years down the road, 5 to 10 years down the road when they are trading at a higher price. And you're going to be greedy when others are fearful. So my favorite example to explain this is to look at laundry detergent. So if you went to the store and you were looking to buy some Tide laundry detergent and you had an idea of what you normally paid for that, and you went there and it was $2 or $3 more than what you normally would pay for it, you might say, you know what, this is ridiculous. I know the value of that laundry detergent. I'm not going to buy it today. But let's say you go back to that store the next week and it's buy one, get one free on that Tide laundry detergent. Well, now you know that the price you normally pay for that laundry detergent, well, you're going to get twice what you normally get. So you're going to load up. You're going to buy a lot because of the sale going on with that Tide laundry detergent. But it's funny because the same exact thing will happen with the stock market. You could see a sell-off with Procter & Gamble stock. The people that make Tide, people will buy Tide laundry detergent on sale, but they won't buy stocks on sale. They're not going to load up on shares of Procter & Gamble. They're going to say, oh my gosh, that share price is low. There must be something wrong here. I'm not going to invest. And then when that stock is trading at all-time highs, they're going to say, oh, I better buy that. This is a really good stock. It is the exact opposite of what you need to be doing. And that really comes down to the psychology of investing and understanding that you have to buy low and be greedy when others are fearful. Number 7, the seventh thing you could do to invest like Warren Buffett is to have a long-term mindset. Some of Warren Buffett's investments date back to as early as the 1960s, and he's held these stocks for over 50 years. Like I said already, Warren Buffett rarely ever sells investments. He buys and he doesn't really sell that often, and that can be your mindset to have with investing. Stocks are a long-term investment. Some people try to trade them, some people do trading. That is not my area of expertise, and that is certainly nothing that Warren Buffett has gotten involved with. People like Warren Buffett and myself see stocks as a long-term investment, at least, 1 to 5 years, if not a lot longer. And if you want to be like Buffett, you're going to have a very long-term mindset, and you're going to have to be incredibly patient and understand that you may go 6 months or a year without a good opportunity, but when that opportunity arises, that is when Buffett will take a massive stake in that company and invest a lot of money. Number 8, the 8th way you can invest like Warren Buffett is to follow the two-fund portfolio. And this is something Warren Buffett has recommended. Basically, a way that people can invest very simply is by investing in 2 ETFs or exchange traded funds, and basically just buying those funds, regularly accumulating shares, and just doing exactly that. Now that's going to go into a little bit more detail, and so I actually did a write-up on that over on my blog, investingsimple.blog. I'm going to include a link for that down in the description below if you guys want to learn more about that two-fund portfolio, and I'm going to include more information about everything we covered in this video here as well. Number 9, if you want to invest like Warren Buffett, you could simply invest in Berkshire Hathaway stock. That is essentially Warren Buffett's holding company where he has all of his investments, and it is a company that has been outpacing the S&P 500 for decades in terms of the performance of the share price. Now understand this, however, that while Berkshire Hathaway has outperformed the market previously, Buffett has said this is going to become more and more difficult to do as time goes on because they have so much money to be investing. Warren Buffett has over $100 billion in cash right now within Berkshire Hathaway that he has to invest at some point, and it's going to be harder and harder to realize returns and get a return on a larger amount of money. Because if he identifies an opportunity and it's a company with a $10 billion market cap, what's he going to do? Buy 20% of that company for $2 billion? Even if he doubles his money in that investment, it's not going to have any kind of substantial impact on the overall returns and the profits for that company. So that is a problem you run into, is when you have so much money to be investing, you're limited to just investing in large companies on the S&P 500, and there aren't a lot of opportunities that you can take advantage of just because they are too small to be worthwhile to be investing in. So that is a good stock that you guys could invest in if you want to be buying exactly what Warren Buffett buys, but it's probably not as good of an opportunity as it was 10 or 20 years ago for that exact reason. And we also have to mention that Warren Buffett is aging, and at some point he's going to have to step down from that. And if you want to be investing like Warren Buffett, I think it's better to learn his strategies than it is to just follow him blindly. It's kind of like catching a man a fish versus teaching a man how to fish. You would be better off learning how to fish than just having somebody hand something to you like that. And then the final way you can invest like Warren Buffett is to ignore market forecasts. Anybody who's telling you there's going to be a crash or a recession, or anybody who's trying to basically tell you what to think about a stock or a particular market, Warren Buffett formulates his own opinions when it comes to investing in the stock market, and he pretty much ignores all of the noise on Wall Street from analysts. That is a really good strategy you guys should follow as well. Don't pay attention to the noise. Pay attention to all of these other factors we talked about. Make investments, be very patient, understand what you're investing in, have a long-term mindset, and then once you buy a stock, commit to owning that company and being a shareholder. And that is pretty much what you do to invest like Warren Buffett. You don't see Warren Buffett buying stocks and selling them left and right. He's not buying marijuana stocks. He's not buying cryptocurrencies. This is exactly what Warren Buffett is doing. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I have a full article over on the Investing Simple blog. I'm going to link it up down in the description below. It's going to go into more detail about everything we talked about here, as well as the 2-fund portfolio that Buffett recommends. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to be notified of any future uploads, and I will see you in the next video. If you are interested in learning more about investing in the stock market, I've created a free course just for you. The link is in the description below. Here are a few other videos you might enjoy as well.